Yes, come on! Whoa, 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 Bacon Boy, are you celebrating because you finally got into the top 10k? Nah. It's just because the international break is finally over. Hey! And it's time for the Gameweek 30 preview. But first, the Gameweek 29 review. Where this disgusting excuse of a game week, the big boy blank game week, average points sat at only 25. Behave, mate, like easy. But my team, the best team, scored 62 points. Hey! So my old dirty boy rank, which was outside the top 100k at 132,000 in the world, is no more. So my new, shiny, premium, exquisite, sexual rank is now 95,000 in the world. Yeah, boy! I'm still going for that number one spot in the world, lads. It can happen, right? No problemo. But the games and my team finished like this. Where if you were there on my deadline stream, absolute G's you are, you saw that the players I actually decided to bring in this week, my double transfer, was in fact a Veltman and a Trossard. Yeah, boy! That was quite lucky, wasn't it? With Trossard not only getting a golasso, an assist and maximum bonus points, but he was also the king of the week, scoring the most points out of anyone. Definitely a king for me. Cheers, lad. But then Veltman also kept a clean sheet and assisted the Trossard goal too, which also made him the highest scoring defender of the game week as well. So you could say my transfers were a little bit of a great success. Very nice. But then we did also get all of the points from the Leeds lads as well, with the big boy Bamford getting the goal and an assist, as he also assisted Rafinha for his goal too, but more importantly assisted me in some nipple teasing and getting me all of the FPL points, yes lad. And then the Captain Dino Kane did enough to make me a bit of an happy chappy, you know, getting a beautifully worked, beautifully finished top corner screamer from a penalty, nice one. To get that 7 points doubled to the 14. And even though some fellas in here didn't quite get all of the points, my team still did pretty good. When my team in this blank game week, the game week which only saw 4 games, actually outscored my team the 2 previous weeks before. How have I managed that then? Okay then. But the climb continues, boys, and we are going for it. Up into the top 100k again, as we're going to keep on fighting all the way to that first in the world, right? Yeah, okay. But guess what? I think we should actually move on. Wait, what's that? Move on to the Gameweek 30 preview, where we are currently looking at a very sexy and quite colourful team here, aren't we? Where we've got the fixtures, we've got the flags, and we've got all of the vibes to smash it this week. So first, let's have a chinwag with the transfer plans and what I'm going to be doing with my team. Then give my never ever fail before predictions of all the games, and then on to the final captaincy thoughts for my team. And to be honest with you lads, I didn't want to yeet this team selection video at you before the international break had actually finished, you know, because you know, all of the wibbly wobbly injuries could have happened. I might have said I'd bring in this player, and then turns out all my plans change. And I think that would have just been the biggest unlucky. I didn't want to do that to you, alright lads? And I didn't want to be a cheeky scrub like some other FPL YouTubers, who apparently will sacrifice quality in their videos just for views. Shots fired. Now, does it annoy anyone else when they do a team selection video, and then literally an hour later, it's outdated because another game's happened and everything's all changed? Like, come on. But okay, Bacon Boy, shut up now, as it's time for transfer business to go on. Where I've got my suit on and some negotiation is about to go down in my team, alright lads? Where just to inform you, I do still have my wildcard in my back pocket, which I was tempted to use this week, but I'm probably going to use it next week, alright? So that means this week, we can actually treat ourselves to a very cheeky, an extra cheeky punt just for this week. So if you get your binoculars out and have a browse down below me at the fixtures, the only fixture that's very good down there that I don't have any part in is actually the top one in Chelsea vs West Brom, where I reckon that'll actually be one of the most guaranteed clean sheets the entire season, never mind this week. And with how wibbly wobbly West Brom's defence is sometimes as well, the Chelsea defenders could also get some goals in as well. So looking back at my team then, we do have some injury doubts in there. We have some players that played 3 games in the international break, and we do have some cheeky scrubs that might not even play anyway. But with Trossard coming in last week, the main reason for me getting him last week was that I could bench him this week because, you know, he doesn't have the best fixture, but he's also a very good option to have first on the bench if anyone misses out anyway, so that is all good. But unfortunately, the big boy Veltman, who scored all of the points for me last week, is actually going to be the one to leave my team. Sorry, lad, I already booked your train home. It's a shame that you only actually got to play at one game for me, but 10 points, I'll take them, and let's move on. Basically, it's a bit unlucky for you. As out of all my players, he probably has the worst fixture, and I do want to get in a Chelsea defender, so it makes sense. So that is in fact a Veltman out of my squad, but who is coming in? Ooh! Where I can confirm, the guaranteed player to go in my team just for this week is actually a Marcos Alonso. Yes, that is right. He is very dangerous at the wheel, but he can also be very dangerous in your FPL team, where he's a defender who just doesn't like defending. He's literally so far forward up the pitch, he can get himself all of the golassos and get that easy clean sheet against West Brom. And yeah, you could say he's a bit of a rotation risk, but with him not playing an international break, and Chilwell actually playing the full game Wednesday just gone, I do feel like he's definitely going to start this game, and I actually think he could be one of the top scoring players out of anyone this week, not just defenders, not just Chelsea defenders, one that could get the big boy points for me, and saying that I'm wildcarding next week, I don't mind risking it for a biscuit, so he is in my team. But now on to the preview, predictions, and the guesstimations of all the games, and then on to the captaincy choice for our mate. With the first game sees Chelsea slap a West Brom sandwich. I don't know why I say West Brom sandwich. I guess it's like West Ham sandwich. But it should be West Ham, not West Brom. I don't know. Chelsea here did actually have quite a lot of players out on international duty, though. And the entire West Brom team was also out this international break, but that's because they were looking for a new team, as they know West Brom are going to get relegated. Tra, lads. But here, I am actually going to go for a big boy spanking from the Tuchel's boys here. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to them. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Biggest spanking ever. Oh, 3 goals. Watch out, boys. but, Alonso bracing coming. It's going to happen, all right? Leeds United, Sheffield United. Oh, boy, this is going to be brutal, United. Leeds, a ruthlessly attacking team against a team proper down in the dirt, buried 12 feet under, not just 6, at Sheffield United. Oh, dear to you. Who somehow look even worse than they have done all season. Like, they were bad enough to be dead bottom and only have a couple of wins, but now they look even worse. Oh! So I guess this is probably quite a good time to have a Dallas, a Rafinha, and a Bamford triple up for this game. And that triple up generally could get me triple points just from them 3 in this game. Honestly, all of the points. And you know what? Having these 3 were pretty much the main reason why I didn't want a wildcard this week, as I probably didn't want triple on my wildcard. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll keep the wildcard for this week. We get all of the points from the Leeds boys this week, and then we move on to the wildcard next week. Lovely stuff. But the scores on the doors for me in this game is going to be around 4-0 to Leeds. Maybe even more, honestly. It could be quite brutal. Leicester, Man City, ooh! Both teams very much in form and actually fighting at the top of the table, because you never know. If Leicester do manage to beat Man City, could the title chase be back on for some of the other clubs, And could it make it a bit more interesting? I wish that was the case, but unfortunately, I don't think it will. But then again, Leicester are at home, they got that advantage. They beat Man City 5-2 last time, okay. And they have the ex-Man City striker Iheanacho in the form of his life. Everything's lining up for a little bit of an upset here, Where I do actually think it's going to be a very spicy game. But I still think Man City are going to get the win, and I'm going to go for 2-1 to them. Hopefully, Gundogan actually plays, and I'm probably going to bench Cancelo. So, if anything, please go the other way. Arsenal, Liverpool. The battle of the banters right now, isn't it? Where both teams, have had a pretty wibbly-wobbly season, and anything could happen here. Where I do actually think it's going to be a back-and-forth game, but I don't think the scoreline's going to agree with that, It's going to be close, but I don't think Arsenal are going to take their chances, as Liverpool get the win 3-1, is what I'm saying. Well done, Loserpool. You're not Loserpool anymore. Southampton, Burnley. No thank you. Isn't it mad that these two teams are level on points? And you're like, wait, hang on, because it's Gameweek 30, Southampton were top of the table, into the start of the season, and Burnley were all the way down in the mud. They were mudded. And now, they're on the same points. How has that happened? Absolute madness, innit? But 2-1 to Southampton is what I'm going for here. Newcastle, Spursy. Oh, boy! Could this be the one where Kane gets all of the golassos, a double hat-trick incoming? Well, you know what? I do actually think so myself. Am I saying that because I might captain Kane? Find out after the break. But I do actually think Spurs, will get the win quite easily here and could even score quite a few. But then again, if Son isn't back, Bale played international break and not fully fresh, you know. And also, they've had a few defensive injuries with not a fit left back right now. Could they actually be a bit wibbly-wobbly in this game? Maybe. But 2-1 to Spurs is what I'm saying here. Villa, Fulham. An interesting one, this one, isn't it, boysies? With Villa, it looks like their bubble is about to pop, you know, starting to be a little bit worse than they have been all season. And then Fulham are trying not to let their Premier League bubble pop right now, aren't they? But I do think it will be quite a tight one, you know, where because I'm a very excited man, I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. Unlucky. I know, terrible. Only because I got Martinez, really, to be fair. Oh, wait, I still got Watkins. 5-0 it is. Man United, Brighton. Now, Brighton were the best defence in the entire world when we were bringing in their defenders last week, weren't they? You know, we were like the most guaranteed clean sheet. They're so good at the back. And now that we've got a Bruno, we're like, never mind, Brighton, terrible defence. Captain Bruno, Okay, no. I do think their defence is going to be good enough to stop a Captain Bruno for most. But I do think United could still get a goal or so in here. But I actually won't be surprised if Brighton can get a small result out of this one. So I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 right here. But I also won't be surprised if Bruno scores a brace of penalties, you know. So Everton Palace. Oh, yes. Where thankfully I still have a Luca Dean, which was by choice and was by strategy. But unfortunately, I did have to chuck out the DCL out of my team the other week, where I do actually think he could do bits this week. But Digne, the baguette man, is definitely good enough for me, where I will be hoping to massage my own baguette when he gets me all of those points. Where, hey, 2-0 to up the toffees, it is there. And then Wolves West Ham, the battle of the W's to finish it off, but who will get the dub? Yeah. Where right now, the only player I actually have in this game is a benched Soufal. So it is going to be a very fun watch at the end of the game week, isn't it? Where hopefully my jaw won't be spun that much. But 2-1 to the West Ham is what I'm going to go for there. And that is it for the preview predictions. But now on to the final chapter, which is the captaincy shout. And who am I going to captain this week? Where I can confirm the lovely gentleman to grab this armband, to slap it on his arm, and to get me all of the double points this week is actually Sir Harold Kane. Hey! He's in pretty good form, you know, scoring in the international breaks, scoring for Spurs even when they don't look good. And Newcastle, even though they need to fight to stop relegation, you know, I don't think they got enough in them to stop the Sir Harold Kane from doing bits this game and getting all other golassos. But then also, we got maybe like a Bamford or Rafinha, who could very well be a very good captain shout, you know, against the Sheffield United. But the main reason I got in Kane the last couple of weeks is because I wanted to captain him. So I'm going to stick to that one, and I do still think Kane could be the biggest scorer playing in this game week. Because, you know, Leeds can sometimes win 4-5-0, but Bamford or Rafinha is not involved at all, you know? Whereas right now, if Spurs score, it's very, very likely to be Kane because, you know, it's just Kane and just Spurs, you know? So Kane captain confirmed unless his leg falls off. So that is it for the Gameweek 30 preview. So to confirm, the transfer in for me this week will be Veltman out and Alonso in for that 1 week punt, as I'm going to be wildcarding next week. And the captain is going to be on the Sir Harold Kane, and we are absolutely ready to absolutely smash it this week. Hey. But even though that's it for today, that's not it for the week. Hey. Where I will be doing my normal live Q&A later on, and you can chinwag and answer me any questions about the game week you want to. And then I'll also be doing a captain watch along, which is always very fun, very fantastic, of hopefully the King captain getting all of the goals. But then next week, when the wildcard's going to be activated, I'm going to do videos, I'm going to do streams on my wildcard, and maybe if you're wildcarding at the same time as well, I'll get you in as well. Lovely stuff. But that is it for today. So thanks for watching, and remember,
don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.